Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're brand new. My name is Kyrielle and today I'm going to be talking about my summer obsessions for 2021. What are my stand-up products that are going to keep me going throughout summer, throughout this heat wave that we are having in the UK, and just the pretty things and the colours that I'm currently obsessed with. Also going to throw in some tips and tricks throughout this video. If you're a regular around here, you know I've got oily skin, so I'm going to talk about some things that help me out personally, and hopefully if you have a similar skin type, it'll help you too. This is what this is all about. Sharing things I've picked up along the way to hopefully make your makeup game the best it can be and last as long as possible. So yeah, if you're interested in the products I'm going to be showing today, just having a conversation about makeup, then make sure you subscribe, hit the red button down below and the bell button so you get notified when I upload next, and just keep on watching. Let's get into it. Before we get into this video, I need to announce the winner of the Natasha Denona palette. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to actually pick a winner. Honestly, I forgot to do it in my last two videos, so my apologies, but we're here to do it now. So as per usual, I'm using a random comment picker, so this is fair, and that is why I asked you guys to comment a specific emoji so the comment picker can get all of your comments and pick one of you guys. This giveaway was the little seashell emoji, so I just put that in. And congratulations for later, you won the palette. I will be in touch so I can get these goodies to you. I know you're someone who actively comments and watches my videos, so I just want to say thank you so much. I love giving back to you guys for watching my videos. I know I have a small channel, so I really appreciate it. I wish I could give back to all of you guys, if I'm honest. Please know that all of your comments and everything are so appreciated, and I hope to do more giveaways in the future like this. So once again, congratulations. Let's get back to the video. Okay, so let's talk about prep and primers. The first one I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to hop on too long because this is tried and true on my channel, and if you guys watch any of my videos, you guys know I rave about this so much. This is the Origins Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. This in the summer is a godsend if you're about to be putting makeup on. After I've moisturized and put on sunscreen, which by the way, remember to put on your SPF, okay? Should be wearing it every day, but definitely in summer. After all that, putting this on top is amazing in the heat. This is actually an aerosol, so it comes out like a little foam and it has cooling properties, and when you press it into the skin it feels so nice and soothing. And this is one of the only primers that I've tried that really fills in my pores. I have oily skin, so I have kind of enlarged pores, not severely, but you know, they are visible, and this just completely just blurs them away. It dries down but still feels hydrating, and again, that instant cooling feeling on a hot summer's day is the best. I feel like I'm actually running out of this, so I'm gonna have to repurchase soon, but honestly it's something I will repurchase because I just love it so much. Another thing that's obviously going to be so good for a hot summer's day is priming sprays and priming mists. I want to talk about this one in particular. This is by Morphe and this is the mattifying continuous mist. After my traditional primer, once I've filled in my pores and got rid of that concern, sometimes I like to go in with this, sometimes I'll mist it all over the face, but if I really want to target areas where I get oily, I actually put this on a sponge and I press it into the skin. So before I put on any foundation, anything like that, I go in with this bad boy. You could probably apply this with any kind of mattifying mist. This is the one I currently am using in my collection. Just as a step before my makeup, when it's a hot day, this helps apply a barrier to your skin and your makeup and helps it just keep my oils at bay just a little bit longer than what it usually would, especially since I tend to gravitate towards more luminous foundations or more skin-like foundations. With oily skin, sometimes they can break down quicker. With this, it makes them last so much longer, but you still get the beautiful finish of the foundation. I feel like a product like this is lighter on the skin and better than say a silicone based primer or a mattifying based primer. I feel like this just works better for my skin. So if you have any issues with mattifying primers you've tried, try using a setting spray before instead. So that's a small tip for someone with the oily skin. And if you don't need a mattifying one, try it with a luminous one. Maybe you'll like the finish as well. This is something I've started doing and I've been loving. Moving on to complexion products, I've definitely been gravitating towards lighter or less coverage. Not all the time, we'll get there. These two products have been like a favorite of mine, and I've even been like mixing these, and I've been liking them for different reasons. So the first one is the Skin Paradise Tinted Water Cream. This finish on the skin is one I can't compare to any others. For one, this is so lightweight and literally feels like you're putting water on your skin. It does feel like a burst of hydration almost, and I love this so much. The only qualm I have with it is the shade. It's a bit too dark for me, so that is why I will mix it in with some other foundations or some other skin tints just to lighten the shade, but the finish on this is absolutely beautiful. I'm actually wearing it today mixed in with a foundation I'll talk about in a little bit. This does have some SPF in it as well, which is great. Don't supplement this for your actual SPF though, because you won't wear enough of it for it actually to protect your skin, so just bear that in mind. Think of it as just like an added bonus, you know? What is on my face? I just had a black gem on my face all this time, so that's embarrassing. Anyway, this is one of the most lightweight tinted moisturizers I've personally ever tried. Sometimes they can be way too heavy, especially for people with oily skin, but this one is one of the best ones I've ever tried. It settles into the skin so beautifully, and it wears decently as well. So if you're in the market for one of these and you're intrigued in trying this out, I'll link it down below for you guys. I'll link everything I mentioned down below for you guys, which thank you in advance if you do use any of my links. Some of them, not all of them, are affiliated, so I get a little bit of a kickback from them, which helps me out with my channel so much, you have no idea. But there's no pressure to use them if you don't want to. I completely understand. But yeah, anyway, I highly recommend this one, and also the next one I'm going to talk about, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about this one because it's so good. It's the Fenty Beauty Eavesdrops. The coverage on this is really nice. It's really buildable as well, so I find I can get a medium coverage with this, which by the way is the same for the tinted water cream. You get quite a decent coverage with this, and it's buildable too, so they're both a buildable formula, which I prefer. Sheer coverage just isn't really my game. Like, I want to be able to build it a little bit, especially since my face is darker than my neck and chest. Like, if I go out with a very sheer coverage like this where my chest and stuff is exposed, it makes me look a bit strange, so I need to be able to just even myself out, and this product in particular is amazing for this. It's again so lightweight, really nice coverage. This has a slightly different finish. This is more of a mattifying one, so if you are oily skinned and you're scared about skin tints or tinted moisturizers, this is a good one to go for. It does almost have like a blurring finish. I don't notice it too much, but I tend to use like a blurring primer as well, so everything combined tends to make a really nice finish on the skin. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites and something I have been gravitating towards if I don't want to wear like a fuller coverage foundation. Which, talking about a fuller coverage foundation, this has become a re-obsession of mine. I kind of gave it a rest because the shade just wasn't right for me, and I was getting annoyed wearing it because I'd have like an orange face. And I found this shade, which is 005 Pearl, and it's the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. This is such a thin formula, so lightweight, but packs a punch in coverage. You can get full coverage with this. It melts into the skin, it's almost seamless, and I find I can whack it on with a brush, a sponge, my fingers. Like, it's just so easy to use. The one thing I don't like about it is the fragrance. That's something that L'Oreal tend to do with all of their products, which is annoying. On my face today, I have these two mixed and they make a glorious mixture. I have like a bit of glow from the tinted moisturizer and then more coverage from the foundation, and they just work so well together. I mean, they are both L'Oreal as well. Yeah, these are just beautiful foundations. I'd highly recommend them. This has more of a skin-like finish, which is one of my favorites. It's not too matte, it's not too glowy. It's a perfect combination of the two, and yeah, I'm just obsessed with this. Again, I've rekindled my love for it. All right, the next few things in our lineup, I have one word to describe them all: creams. Okay, cream blush, bronzer, highlight, cream slash liquid, I guess. Everything that will just give my skin hydration and meltiness. That's what I currently want, okay? I know summer is typically a time to add like a lot of powder and set everything really well so it stays put, but personally I think I'd prefer my skin to have dimension, have a little bit of glow, just have the products that just melt in seamlessly. It looks more like I've got nice skin. That's my kind of skin aspirations for this summer. And I personally feel like when I wear creams rather than powders, I get less oily. It's a weird phenomena. It's probably because my skin isn't trying to fight against itself. My first love for cream products really came from Fenty, the Fenty bronzer. I mean, this is more of a contour for me. Please don't look at the pan. It is gross, okay? It is well loved. It's a little bit more of a balmy texture, but it blends out so nice, and I find it stays on the skin all day. And then another thing I love is Blush Bronze by Made by Mitchell. Also just love the general blushes from him. This is more of a whipped formula, but again, so blendable, decently pigmented, but sheer at the same time. It's like the perfect consistency. Another thing I like doing is just using a deeper shade of concealer to bronze. So this is by Too Faced. It's the Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Warm Beige. This is a really nice tone for my skin tone because it's yellow based, and it's just a kind of skin tone concealer for someone with deeper skin, but I just use it to bronze up where I've kind of used the contour shade. I go next to it with this, and again, it just all melts in because it's all liquids and creams, and then you can just set it with some powder, go over with some setting spray, and your skin just looks glorious. One thing I like about it as well, when I don't use powder products but just set lightly with powder, later on in the day, if anything's moved or anything like that, I feel like I can go back in and touch up things, especially like my concealer and stuff. I'm just not using that much powder, and I feel like it just helps my skin a lot. I'll just go through some of the cream blushes I've been loving as well. Obviously the Fenty one in Petal Poppin' is a must have. It's a pretty pinky peach and just really flattering. This has got to be one of my favorite liquid blush products ever, and it's by Makeup Revolution, and they're only £5. This is the Super Dewy liquid blush by them, and oh my gosh, it's more of a whipped formula. It's quite thick, but it shears out really nicely on the skin. Look at that color. Oh my gosh, I kind of wish I used that today. The shade in particular is Fake the Flush. It's so beautiful. This like neon-y peach is going to be like a color for me this summer, definitely. And terracotta. I'm still in search for a really nice terracotta blush for someone with my skin tone, because they tend to be for deeper complexions, and I just really want a deep terracotta tone that will like sheer out enough for my skin tone, you know. But this formula, again, it's so nice, and they made it smell so good too. I also have this one, which is a deeper tone, and it's called Flushing For You. But this is more of like a muted mauvey deep berry tone, and again, beautiful. I just love how these feel on the skin because they feel like nothing and they set down to a gorgeous finish. You could probably convince me these were high end if I didn't know they were Makeup Revolution. They're that good. Another super affordable one is by Barry M. It's the Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint. These are beautiful. Again, really lightweight, a little bit more sheer in color. They are buildable. I personally would probably go for the Makeup Revolution over these, but I do still reach for them. I've got more of an orangey peach, which is Peach Glow. That's this one by here. Again, such a beautiful formula, really lightweight. They feel a little bit more gel based, and they just melt into the skin so well. Drugstore are up in their game, okay? They're coming through with really nice products. These are beautiful on the skin. And one honorable mention, because technically this is kind of a powder, but it's more of a creamed powder. It definitely feels like a cream in the pan. But this is by Colourpop, and it's their Georgette blush. I've only recently tried it, but I know for a fact it is going to be an obsession, mainly because of the color. I mean, the formula is really good. Colourpop has really good shit, okay? But this is the color I need for summer. Oranges, terracottas, peaches, even like yellowy peaches I'm into, mustards, oh my gosh. Just all of the bright, warm tones, basically. Give them to me, I want them this summer. But yeah, this actually shears out and it's not as scary as it is in the pan on. This one up here, it's just really nice, really beautiful. It's like a satin finish, and I'm just excited to wear this summer. Continuing on with those bright colors, I know you wouldn't think it today, but I'm definitely obsessed with more neon colors. I think something that's definitely sparked it is this Aquabated liner palette by Beauty Bay. Like, look at these colors. That orange and pink. Are you joking me? Like, I've been playing around with this in my own time. Just when it's like late at night and I'm playing around with makeup, I've been excited to pick this up. I've been doing ombres with the pink and the orange. I love the pastels. Pastels are my obsession, but I've definitely been dip diving into brights more, and the Utopia palette definitely goes hand in hand with those eyeliners. Like screams summer to me. I've been mixing the blue and the orange, the blue and the greens, pink and the orange as well. Like I've just been loving these colors. They've just been so much fun to play with, and I think I'll definitely play around with it a bit more on my channel. But this palette just gives me like summer vibes, you know, and like combined they just complement each other so well, and I've been obsessed with playing with them. A staple palette that I just can't put down because it's perfect for everything is the Pure X Raw Beauty Kristi palette. It has your neutrals, it has your brights, neons even. This is a perfect on the go for me. Like the other day I put Moo Point on, and then I mixed in a little bit of Tribute, and it was the perfect subtle colourful look I'd done in a while. I did a halo eye and put Cafe Disco in the centre, and it was just effortless, beautiful. I still can't get enough of this palette. It's just so easy to use, and again has the brights that I want in it for summer. So this is going to be a staple. I know it's limited edition, so not all of you will have it, but if you do have it, don't you think it's just perfect for summer? A few other eye products that I want to mention is the Huda Beauty Matte and Metals. If you're looking for a quick on the go product with some punch to it, I highly recommend these. I really like them. I've actually picked up 3 new shades because they were on offer in Boots for £10. These bright matte shades, are you joking me? A lime, a mint and a lavender. I cannot wait to play with these. I think these make great eyeshadow bases, great just singular eyeshadows by themselves, but also you can use these as like graphic liners. They're really diverse and they set down on the lid really nicely, and same with the metallic side. If you want to pop in the inner corner, if you want to put this all over the lid, just disperse it over the lid with a brush, like you can use these in so many ways, and they're a definite obsession for me. Because these sides are a bit more metallic, what I also like to do is go in with a liquid glitter. This one is one of my many, but this is a favorite. It's by Pixie and it's in the shade Sunray, and isn't that just perfect for summer? But this is a yellow based liquid glitter, and it has silver and gold reflex in there, and it just absolutely pops off. This in the sun is glorious. Okay. I'm actually wearing one of these today, but this is the shade Bare Brilliance, and I'm using it as like a almost fake eyeliner, but these are just so versatile. I love them. But this shade in particular, like if you're going to the beach and you want some glitter, or like a beach date or something and you want glimmer to catch you in the sunset, this is your gal. Okay, it's beautiful. I highly recommend this. Which also, if you want that kind of candlelit glow to your skin, which personally I'm obsessed with at the moment, it's like that highlighted but blurred effect on your skin. I would highly recommend going in with a liquid or cream highlight. My current favorite is the Skin Dew by Vive. This golden luminosity, butteriness to the skin. I have no words. It is so beautiful. I'm currently wearing it today, but I haven't used the technique I'm going to talk about. This is just a light dose of it by itself. This just melts into the skin. I would recommend putting it on maybe before powder, just because I've had a little bit of issue once I've set my under eyes. Sometimes it doesn't melt in as nicely. But the glow on this is absolutely gorgeous. It just makes you look luminous, lit from within, but also like you've got really healthy skin. That's the kind of vibe this gives, you know? The great thing about this is by itself, it gives a lovely glow, but as a base, whew, if you want to add a powder highlight over top of this to set it, it just latches onto the powder and makes your highlight absolutely beaming. So if that's something you're into, it's such a good base as well as an alone product. But what I've personally been loving doing is setting it with the Jaclyn Hill Luminous Setting Powder in Do Me. And this combined, these two together, leave such a gorgeous luminous glow to the skin. Again, this product kind of latches onto the powder because this has blurring properties and it's also luminous by itself. It just glides over the skin and literally makes your skin look like butter. It's just it's unreal, these two together. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. I actually went to a candlelit quartet the other day and I wore this and you could see it like in the flickering of the candlelight, and it was so beautiful. So yeah, these again in the sun, it's just gonna make your skin look so healthy and so beautiful. I highly recommend them. I know these are on the pricey side, so I have an alternative for the Vive Skin Dew, and this is the Revolution Glow Stick. It is a different formula because it's actually in a stick form and it's not cream, and this has slight little sparkles on it, but it is that kind of balmy texture that gives a wet skin look. It just doesn't have the golden base that Vive does, but it does melt into the skin, and like the Vive, this also needs setting. So if you have the Jaclyn Hill, you could get a similar effect, or as an alternative you can use the e.l.f. Halo Glow Powder, but I do find it doesn't have as much luminosity to it as the Jaclyn one. I'm yet to find a dupe for that, unfortunately. The e.l.f. one is very similar though. Finally, let's talk about some lip products. So I have been obsessed with just putting a lip liner all the way around and then adding a lip balm. I've been using these two in particular. This is by NARS. It's their Afterglow lip balm in Bang Bang. I believe this is discontinued, but they now have a shade called Torrid, which is very similar, but this is just a orangey lip balm, which I've been obsessed with. It doesn't really show that much color, but this just leaves a kind of wet look to the lips, which I really like. They just look really plump and healthy. A cheaper alternative, which I have actually been liking, is the Soph X Revolution lip balm. This is the Candy Icing set, and yeah, it's just easy. You don't have to think about it too much, and you look hydrated and healthy, and that's all I want for my summer, you know? If I do want to go for a lip color, I will go for a creamy matte. I know it's a tendency to go for glosses, but because I'm still wearing masks, I still want the insurance that it's not really going to transfer, so I just use a creamy matte formula. This one's a good example, and it's in my color range for this year. This is Good Things by Colourpop. I've fallen in love with this formula. I literally tried it the other day and I haven't stopped wearing it since. I'm wearing it today. It's just a beautiful orangey corally peach, and I'm obsessed. So yeah, if I want to wear color, I will still go for a matte lip, but it's got to be a more hydrating, creamy matte formula. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, my camera rudely cut out on me, but I believe that is everything that I really need to talk about. Anyway, my summer obsessions is lightweight products that just even out my skin, creamy textures, things that just melt together and make you look plump and healthy, more of a skin-like glow rather than a beaming highlight, although, you know, I still like that, but for summer especially, I just think a soft glow is nice. Then you just look like you've got nice skin and not, you know, like crazy highlight on. Am I a changed woman? I think so. But also the neons and the oranges and just everything warm toned. Bring on the brights, you know? Anyway, I think I've done enough talking. I hope you guys enjoyed this chatty video. In the comments down below, let me know what your summer obsession is. Are there any mind-blowing products that I need to try? Please let me know. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up so I know, and I'll definitely do more chatty videos like this because this was just fun to talk about makeup. If you're new, please subscribe, hit the red buttons down below and the bell button so you get notified of all my future content. And yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope I see you on the next one. Till then, bye guys.